Hi there, I'm Jim, and in this video I'm going to find out if better sim racing equipment is going to make me a better driver. I'm guessing not many people have the luxury to try out multiple sim rigs on the same day. I'm lucky to have a Treq Ace as a base, complete with a triple screen setup, a Fanatic DD1 and Husingfield pedals at home. In here, at Treq showroom, I can fire up some cool sim rigs. We even got one on a motion platform. But the equipment installed on these is a bit too good for this test. For this occasion, we've installed Trustmaster's T300 RS together with its standard 2-pedal set on our Treq 1 sim rig. To sum it all up, we've got a triple screen versus a single screen setup, the Fanatic DD1 versus the Trustmaster T300, and the Husingfield Sprints versus the standard 2-pedal set that come with the Trustmaster wheel. If we compare both setups, you can see the price difference is quite huge. While the pedal and wheel causes the biggest price increase on the Pro rig, that setup also needs a much better PC to handle all the graphics that are being output on the 3 high-resolution monitors. Now, the extra immersion you're getting in the expensive rig is not up for debate. The torque of the force feedback, the pressure you have to apply on the brakes, it all makes it feel so much cooler to drive. But, does it make me quicker? To test this out, I'm going to drive a Porsche 911 Cup car for 10 laps on Zandvoort. First with the Pro equipment, after that with this Trustmaster setup. Why Zandvoort? Because this track is very technical and requires quite a lot of trail braking. I chose the Porsche Cup car because it has no ABS or traction control and the car is very sensitive to steering wheel and pedal inputs. The car has the tendency to oversteer in the fast corners, making you very dependent on the force feedback signal. It also has enough power to make you go around, so throttle control needs to be precise. I'm gonna set my times in the Pro setup first and the basic setup later. I haven't driven this car in track combination for ages, so I will have to learn my brake markers and my cornering speeds again. As the laps go by, I will probably get a lot quicker, and I don't want that to be the reason I'm quicker in the Pro setup than in the basic. So first this one, then the basic. I'm using iRacing's stock Zandvoort setup, and you can copy these conditions if you want to beat my time at home. It's quite a hot day, I believe, so not a really quick track. But that doesn't matter because I'm using the same settings on both machines. Just gotta put on my racing gloves and we're good to go. After 10 laps of driving, these are my stint times. I spun on my first timed lap on colder tires, but I managed to find a pretty consistent pace quite soon after that, with all my laps in the 1:38s. The track temps were quite hot, and after my 4th lap the tires were overheating a little bit, making the car slower as time went on. I tried to do an all-out push lap in the end, but I just couldn't match the time of the 4th lap. I'll close this system down for now and move over to Treq's headquarters. So now I'm in the basic rig with the Trustmaster. I am again gonna do 10 laps on Zandvoort with the exact same settings. I have no clue what my times are gonna be, but there's only one way to find out. No Pro rig, so no gloves, but here we go. So, I've done my 10 laps in the basic rig, my 10 laps in the Pro rig, and I am actually quite amazed with how much slower I am. My pace is about 1.5 seconds a lap slower, and not only am I only slower, I'm only much less consistent. When comparing both stints, the difference is easy to spot. My best lap, which funny enough is also the 4th, is 1.4 seconds slower, but I also have laps that are more than 2 seconds off my own pace. Driving with the basic setup, I noticed straight away how little fuel I have in that equipment. Being used to a Fanatic DD1, the force feedback in the Thrustmaster almost seemed non-existent. The lack of a load cell brake pedal also gave me great difficulty of braking consistently, especially when the car locked up. I couldn't really unlock it anymore, simply because I couldn't feel feedback from the sim. And this is even when everything is mounted on a proper sim rig. If I would use it in a regular chair with the wheel mounted on a desk, I would probably be even slower. I tried to do a push lap in the last lap as well, but the lack of feedback made me spin twice. So, conclusion: better gear does make me a quicker driver. One comment I have to make on that is that at the set at home I am completely used to all the equipment there, and while I did know the Treq and the car combination better when I stepped into this rig, I really had to reroute my brain using a load cell, not using a load cell pedal, but using a pot meter. Yeah, I had to take a few laps to get used to that. I think I'm not even used to that still. So I think if you give me a few hours in this one, I can definitely get a second off my lap time. While at home, I was already close to the limit because yeah, I'm completely used to everything I use there. So all in all, I know I won't be doing my official iRaces in this one. That was it, and I hope to see you guys on Treq.